Well, hello everyone and welcome back to another Theme Park Obsession video. My name is Dylan and thank you so much for tuning back to the channel. Today I'm back at Universal Studios Hollywood just for a quick update, especially for the Fast and the Furious roller coaster. So how about you and I dive right in. Oh yeah, I made it back to Universal Studios Hollywood on this very rainy and cold day, but I love it. I love this weather so much. And there's still quite a few people coming into the park. Now before we head in the park, I did want to check up here on the second level of City Walk at City Food to see if they are working on that new sushi place. So yeah, it does look like they're working on the new addition, which is great because I'm really looking forward to another sushi option here at City Walk. But with that, let's make our way inside the park. Oh yeah, I made it through security. Yeah, I don't think this globe is ever gonna spin. Someone was saying that they have stopped the spinning so that it looks better in photos. I don't know, I feel like that's kind of a bummer. And as you can see, the rain does not stop the crowds, at least here at Universal Studios or at Disney parks. They still stay relatively busy. It's not as crowded as, you know, obviously a sunny, warm day. There's a few less thousand people in the park, but just prepare for potential crowds even in the rain, especially during the holiday season. All right, now that we've made it inside the park, let's check up on the roller coaster. Made it to the Lookout to check up on the latest for Fast and the Furious, the all-new roller coaster coming to Universal Studios Hollywood. I wasn't expecting much today just because of the weather we've been having the past few days in Southern California, which we desperately need, by the way. I'm glad that it's been raining for the past like 4 or 5 days, but that does put a damper in the construction timeline just ever so slightly. Now, most of the activity lately has been happening right here on the top deck. That's where we've seen the project go vertical. You can see right here, like the secondary layer, they're getting ready for a concrete pour there as well, which looks to be kind of like a massive wall, like a retaining wall that they're building. So we'll keep an eye on this section in particular in the next few months. And as far as the rest of the project, nothing much has changed. They still have a lot of rebar waiting right here on the side of the hill. And then this, I feel like, is the only sort of change that we've seen. The last time I did a video here, they were just forming the base for the concrete, and now you can see that they've removed the lumber and you know, the form that kind of keeps the concrete in place as it hardens. And that's just pretty much the latest right there. And we're still thinking this is going to be a massive crane to help assist with installing all of the pieces, because there's probably hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pieces that go into this. Now, design. I wasn't expecting any crew at all on site, but surprisingly, there's some crew members down over here working on this side of the hill, which is very nice to see. So even during a stormy season, they're still trying to work as hard as they can to get at least some things done in time. Still no official layout or concept art showing off the new roller coaster. I'm sure that will happen very, very soon though, which is going to be really exciting. I cannot wait to see the official layout of this thing and all the theming and all that fun stuff that goes into you know, a brand new attraction of this size. So really looking forward to the piece of artwork that will eventually come. But once the storm passes, then they'll resume work on a majority of the project, which is over here on the side of the hill. As of right now, they're just going to do some smaller stuff as it continues to rain on and off. But I think probably by the next 3 or 4 days, we'll see a full crew back on site again. Now they have a crane set up right here, which means they might be lowering some rebar into the ground here very, very soon. They're definitely preparing the side of the hill, and I'm assuming the layout's gonna go all the way over to where these trees are right here. So again, it's a huge coaster. I mean, it is massive. Super excited to see this thing go vertical on this end as well. I mean, hey, watching that stuff go vertical over there is great too, but once the pieces start showing up, all the track and the support columns, that's when it's gonna get really, really exciting. And Michael's just pointing out over here, look at all the rain coming down from the clouds. Oh, here comes a helicopter. There's been a lot of helicopters out lately. I wonder if the news is just reporting on the crazy traffic here or something going on. Is there, maybe they're excited about this roller coaster as well. Oh, look at this over here at Secret Life of Pets. They have some hedges around the test seat. And we were told by the team members here that they're doing this kind of like, you know, a privacy thing. They want people to have a little bit more privacy when they're testing out the seat. I'm sure they'll do a more permanent thing as time goes on, but it is really nice to see Universal do this. They have this down at Super Nintendo World. It's actually built into the design for the test seat, so you don't have to worry about doing it in front of a bunch of people if you're a little too shy. Yeah, I think that's a really good thing to make them private, because over at Walt Disney World, I did find it a little striking that the Tron test seat is out in the open and is used as a photo op. I think having them private is the best way to do it. We're gonna be making our way into the Wizarding World, but from this angle you can see that vertical construction happening over the construction fence on the new roller coaster, which is looking like the foundation for the station. That's just a big guess of mine. It could be for some other infrastructure, but yeah, taking a wild guess, it's probably for the station, like the load and unload, maybe the transfer track into the maintenance bay. That's what I'm thinking. I feel like it's getting busier and busier in the park. My goodness. Looks like they're still working on what is rumored to be some lockers out here in the extended queue for the Forbidden Journey. Because Universal works quick, I'm not expecting that project to take a long time. I'm thinking here in the next like couple of months that will be done. And since we're over here, we briefly wanted to talk about Grinchmas. We noticed that the photo op for the Grinch was underneath that big awning. Yeah. And we were both saying like they should have just done that to begin with. Yeah. The fact that they have it in the sun most of the time, not all of the time, is pretty perplexing. And on that, and like they put like little umbrellas, so that it blocks the whole entire view of the facade. Yeah, there's no point. It doesn't look good. Yeah. So I hope in the future that they just go back to having the Grinch underneath that spot. It's probably like an operation thing. They don't want the line to go out a certain way, but at the same time, it's like you're still going to get crowds on the other end of the plaza as well, which kind of goes back to what I've been saying for a couple years now. I think they need to expand Grinchmas. I think Grinchmas is way too small for the plaza, and they should expand it to other areas of the park. Yeah. They always utilize sound stages for Halloween Horror Nights for some of their haunted attractions, so why not put aside some to utilize for Grinchmas? They could do a whole indoor thing, and they could have another Whoville set in there. They could have another meet and greet with the Grinch. They could do an indoor show, something to expand the offerings, because I feel like with what they have right now, it's so popular that they just can't contain all of those people in the plaza. It's just too much. So I think in the future, I hope that they consider expansion plans for some of the holiday events here. I mean, even Halloween Horror Nights gets so crowded that, yeah, I mean, they could do another 2 or 3 mazes to help mitigate some of that crowd and get them off the streets. And with Grinchmas, there's so many people here for the holidays that want to see the Grinch, that want to experience all the Grinchmas festivities. So yeah, it's like, put it in a soundstage, offer some more things. You can sell some food in there. And here's what I've said they should do. They should turn the plaza into like a food festival thing for the for Grinchmas. So like it could be all, you know, Dr. Seuss themed kind of foods. And then in the sound stages, they can offer like the Grinchmas festivities. So the shows, like the tree lighting ceremony, and then the Grinch meet and greet. So I think that would be a little bit better. That way you can get people off the streets around the plaza and to other areas of the park. I'm sure they've thought about it, and I'm sure there's a million reasons as to why they don't want to do that, but it's just something that I've been thinking about for the past few years now. Because yeah, Grinchmas is super popular here at Universal Studios. Everyone wants to see the Grinchmas stuff. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens over the next few years. They might expand it, or they might just keep it in the plaza. Dang, look at that, 90 minutes for the studio tour now. Yeah, when we came into the park, which is not that long ago, it was 75, but they had to jump it up because yeah, it's definitely busy here in the park. Yeah, like down over here, I think this is where The Exorcist was. So this one, it's connected to it, and if they're not utilizing it and they know they're not going to rent it out for the next few months around this time of year, yeah, why not put Grinchmas in there? Put, you know, something in there. That way, yeah, the crowd can go in there and enjoy it, and that way you get people off the streets and it's not as insane. Increasing capacity is great. Now, instead of heading downstairs to the lower line, I think we're gonna stay up here. We didn't bring our power-up bands either for Super Nintendo World. So yeah, I think we're just gonna save the trip down there. Plus, it's so busy that I'm assuming the wait times down there are gonna be pretty brutal as well. So since we could still see the layout of the Last of Us Haunted House, Michael, I gotta ask you, what do you think is gonna be down there this year for Halloween Horror Nights? Well, actually 2024. What do you think they're gonna do? I don't know if I can tell you what my dream house would be. Maybe not in a specific location, but... Well, what is your dream haunted house at Halloween Horror Nights Hollywood? Okay, maybe I can narrow it down to 2. So, for sure, Jeepers Creepers. I've always wanted a creeper to come. I think that would be so cool. I feel like that'd be a cool one. Yeah, I think that could be pretty scary. Because I was always terrified of the movie when I was a kid. Yeah. Still am, kind of. The Hills Have Eyes. There we go. Oh, yeah. The Hills Have Eyes. Yeah, I've said that one before too. The Hills Have Eyes would be really great. I think that would be a good location for it down there, or a soundstage. It'd be pretty awesome. I think they should do 13 Ghosts. I think they should do Hellraiser. I mean, hey, even Terrifier would be really good at Halloween Horror Nights. I mean, some of those would be iconic. R3 for Terrifier is coming out, where are you in? Next year. So yeah, I mean, that would make some sense. And then here's another look at the Fast and the Furious project. Yeah, really nothing that's too noticeable this week. I do see that they're working on this like little retaining wall right here. You can kind of see that. And then they have some lumber set up and staged in this corner, assuming this is all for maybe either a fence or it's in preparation for some more concrete stuff. Now over here on this side of the hill, it does look like they've been working on drilling holes, and they could have lowered some rebar over there as well. So maybe that's what they were working on the past couple days, which would be good because that will be for the support structure for the coaster. But I'm not noticing anything else on this side, at least that's popping out. That's easy to see. There's probably a lot of things that I'm just not noticing because of where we are. You know, the vantage point, it makes it a little bit difficult to kind of zoom in really close to see what they've been doing, especially like over here, close to the parking structure. As we're making our way back up, oh, what's this? Street Sweeper! Oh yeah, the most intense ride in the park. Anyways, I've been wondering for the longest time now if they're gonna keep this retaining wall. I wonder if it's part of the design or if they're gonna demo it, because they've demoed it up there, and they haven't really kept too much of it towards the parking structure. So I'm wondering if they're gonna do the same thing over here. It's because it's still pretty early on in the construction process. So I don't know, I guess we'll keep an eye on this as well, because yeah, I've been wondering for the longest time, like I wonder if the wall is gonna survive. It might, just because of this fire road. I don't know if they can get rid of this. I feel like this fire road needs to stay here, and it's probably incorporated in the design somewhere. I think with that, I think we're gonna make our way towards the exit of the park. Really wasn't too much today. Here's a look at the facade work happening, the New York street facades. Still looking the same, just like last week. Well, I think that's gonna do it for today's very quick update from Universal Studios Hollywood. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and smash the thumbs up button. And if you're new to the channel and you love these videos from Universal Studios or some of your other favorite theme parks, consider subscribing, because I have brand new videos every single week that you won't wanna miss out on. You can also check out my Instagram account by following the link down below in the description. But until the next video, I hope you have a beautiful day, morning, evening, whatever it is. I'll see you next time in the parks. Bye.